Welcome back. You're still watching Nile Cruise on Nile TV, and for the one of the last segments of the program today, we'll be speaking more about President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's announcement of a number of plans to empower the Egyptian youth in his speech to inaugurate the Knowledge Bank initiative at the Cairo Opera House last Saturday. President al-Sisi had attended the celebration of the National Youth Day at the Opera House, where he promised great financial and educational opportunities for the Egyptian youth. And he promised as well 2016 would be year of the Egyptian youth, in which they would be engaged in a number of projects, including the Knowledge Bank, that would empower them and strengthen their participation in public life. To be speaking more about the initiative and the Knowledge Bank and 2016 as being a year of youth, we are hosting today Nader, Nashaat, Samir, the holder of a Master of Science or Space Science. Nader, thank you very much for being with us today on Nile Cruise.
Thank you.
Good afternoon to you, Nader. Now, President al-Sisi promised 2016 would be the year of the Egyptian youth. What does this mean to you, being a successful young Egyptian who specializes in an advanced field of science such as astrology? Astronomy.
Yeah, astronomy. Yeah. To be honest, it was one of the main motives or reasons for me to move back to Egypt, because I personally see a lot of Egyptian youth abroad, and I see a lot of the stuff they manage to accomplish, and it's just amazing. And to have the government support the Egyptian youth and that, the way they claim they support them, is it's just a really big opportunity and a very big motivation, and a reason for me to move back and try to help as much as I can, because I sort of believe that nowadays it's our part, our opportunity to change, and it's our time to shine, and I believe in the power of the youth. And when I saw the president's support and belief in that, I really felt that I should move back and try to help out as much as I can. That was it.
Would you tell me more about the field of study that you are specialized in? What about the Masters in Space Science? What does that mean for an ordinary citizen or an ordinary Egyptian?
All right, I completed my undergrad studies here. I completed my bachelor's degree at the German University in Cairo in mechatronics engineering, and then I received a grant from the European Commission for my graduate studies. I was 1 out of 6 worldwide to receive that grant, and to me, as a person from a technical background, studying something or working on research related to space or space technology, that was the peak of it. That was the highest it could get.
Yes.
And some people think that that field is not very important in the country and stuff like that, but to be honest, it is, because it's related to everything we do, from telecommunications, for communication satellites. Everything is related to space in a way or another. And yeah, I got the chance to travel between Germany, France, and Sweden during the past years. I completed two degrees actually. So I hold a master's degree in space technology from Sweden, and another in space techniques and instrumentation from Toulouse, France. I also had the opportunity to work at several institutes and research institutes and universities and even space agencies abroad. And during that time, I met a lot of people from all over the world who were interested in that field. And I always wondered why we don't have something like that established in the country, even though we do have facilities such as the National Authority for Remote Sensing and Space Sciences, for example, in Egypt. But those governmental institutes don't really support the youth in the country, or they don't have workshops or things that kind of help people from the younger generations and engineers and researchers to get involved in that field. So I sort of felt obligated in a way to kind of move back and try to bring all the stuff that I gained, all the experience, knowledge, everything that I managed to gather during the past few years, and kind of share it with people from my generation and ones that are interested in that field. So
okay. Well, Nader, your success story was highlighted during the Egyptian Youth Day celebration attended by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. And if you could tell us more about how did it start, because you told us about the degrees that you attained, and also that you got some chances to work in several institutions, international institutions, and meet people. But how did it all start?
Well, I got to know, like, during the past, like, the last few months of last year, I got to know about the PLP program, which is the Presidential Leadership Program. And I'm actually one of the people that applied. And at the beginning, I thought it was just a normal training program organized by the government that would not really work out so well. But the more the steps progressed, when I saw the application process, when I got like contacted by some of the people that organized the whole program, I was actually more motivated to get accepted. I really wanted to join that program, and that was one of the reasons I actually got to know about the youth thing and the youth program going on in the country at the time. And to me, that's a great step, because I see that the president and the government itself, they're trying to support the younger generation by providing them with different training stuff and things like, for example, for that program, they're gonna train people in it's gonna be like an opportunity for the younger generation to learn more about leadership, about political science, and a lot of other things. And so to me, that was like a great step from the government to try to support the younger generations.
Yes, we all saw the enthusiasm by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and the government to be empowering youth in the country in the coming years. But what about the concrete steps for you, or would be taken for your study, or the field of studies for you to be making use of it in the future here in Egypt?
I wanted to join the program so that, as I said earlier, I come from a strictly technical background, and to me, learning more about those leadership and management skills and stuff like that, that was a great advantage. And to be able to do that in the country with other people with different backgrounds and stuff.
So it's a step on the right path.
Yes. So I thought that's a great step to, exactly, to get to know others from different backgrounds, and to gain a lot of experience and knowledge from that program, to be able to kind of apply it in everyday life, or help out as much as you can.
Yes.
But Nader, you mentioned something very important about the how the country is equipped, or how can it support you in your further research. As you said that we have some institutions here in the country, but they are not good enough for you or for people like you to even conduct more research and to hold workshops and so on and so forth. So how can we use the momentum of all this energy directed towards the youth and actually establish and found what is needed in this regard?
That's a very good point, because as you just mentioned, we have different institutes. We have, for example, observatories, the biggest in the Middle East, for example. But it's not going to stay like that forever, because, for example, with regards to the space field, we have a lot of our neighboring countries. They're entering the space race, and we're really lagging behind. We do have the facilities. Maybe they're outdated, but we have something to start from. What I would say is to start with workshops, or ways to get universities and different research institutes involved.
Competitions in universities, for example.
One other thing is that I noticed during my studies here is that usually universities don't work together on research projects, for example.
Another problem.
Yeah, it's more of a competition between universities, more than let's work together, and achieve something bigger. And I see, as a first step, we should work on that. We should try to get different institutes, different research institutes, whether it's governmental or private, different universities, to work together on certain projects, but bigger scale projects. And
to work together on the local level and on an international level later.
Of course, but we should start with the local level first. And use the facilities, use for example, the National Authority of Remote Sensing and Space Sciences, for example, the one I mentioned. There are a lot of professors there but why don't they have a lot of students doing like internships or workshops there like all around the year? That's not there. And then when you have people, of course I'm not the only one interested in space technology or that, but most of the people that are